I'm Nick Mason.
And I'm Eric Hayden.
And this is Neon Static.
It is. Welcome to the first in our series for the Boston GNK, or well, technically Somerville GNK series. This is round one. I am very excited to share this with everybody.
Yes.
It's been a long time in the making, so we'll jump right into things. This is Jairus on the left and Erica on the right. Jairus is playing an Teia deck, which is very similar to a glacial Teia by Tack from Australian West Coast Nats. And Erica is on, I believe Erica is just on CTC the Worm card for card, which was a deck list out of Cascadia by CTZ.
A 419 Amakua.
Yeah,
list.
it just seems it's strange. It's got Katorga breakouts in it, a Maker's Eye for influence, liberated accounts to deal with not having to run all the time. So we'll see how much those cards make an appearance in this a single-sided Swiss event. First round, the timer. This is GNK, and I believe that folks maybe got started about a minute early. I do have the timer rigged up so that it will end at the end. So the players have drawn their opening hands. And Nick, what are you thinking from either side of the table here? Like as the corp, what are you hoping to see?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know that I have enough experience with Teia specifically, but I mean, ice is obviously good.
So this deck has 3 Tattoo Bolas in it.
Yep.
A couple Enigmas and Thimble Rigs. So like for lightweight and the run ice, those are your options. It's also got the classic chunky like Anansi's, Vampiranasa's, Saisentan, I believe, is also in the list.
Yep. Yeah, 2X. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. You kind of want something to create a remote with, but then didn't take advantage of that. So we got a Bravado on HQ. So that's the downside to the ice going out, is that gives the opponent a quick Bravado.
So I think just no res there, straight through.
Yep.
Accessing what looked like a hedge fund. And Erica is up on 9 credits. Erica is a longtime jammer of 419. I believe I've only seen Erica play 419 at events, and there's an Amakua coming down very early, which is not what you want to see.
Ooh, and then right into Career Fair Class Act.
Yeah, it's such a strong start.
Wow.
Let's see. This list, Class Act, Career...
Wow, and she knew just exactly what she was taking out of those 5 cards, too.
Okay, yeah, there are three Career Fair, 3 Class Act. So, high chance of that happening in this when you're playing this deck. But definitely it feels like a high roll.
For sure, with the Econ, the Amakua, I mean, just all of that together.
Yeah, and Jairus got away with a free what could have been a Rashida. It doesn't look like it is because
not rezzed.
He hasn't fired it. Either that or he's forgotten to at this point. But now we see that it's a Regolith. Which, it does set Erica back if she runs and trashes that, but it would probably be something that she would be happy to do after the Bravado. So that was a cheeky install there.
For sure.
It kind of makes me feel like Jairus' hand might not have been ideal.
Interesting that he decided to defend R&D instead of the installed card.
Right.
The Regolith.
We see some influence on Erica's side. Diesel
with Class Act, pretty good.
Yeah, 4-card draw, bottoming something here. I think already just did. And I think probably Erica's most likely either going to go trash that undefended Regolith or going to go force some reses on this ice potentially.
Sure. Campbell. Yeah,
Although,
gotta keep Jairus lowish on credits. Holy cow. Those career
just more
fairs,
setup
man.
here. Yeah. I think it's a good card. I know that a lot of people don't like it. Yourself included, right?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. You know, I really like money, but it's such restrictive money.
No. In a list that has 2 Earthrises, 2 Liberateds, 3 Class X, and 3 Daily Casts, it seems like it's going to find its value, and it has.
Definitely true.
Daily Cast. Erica just building a real nasty economic engine here.
Oh man, that Earthrise Class Act combo too.
Yeah, every turn.
Wow.
There's a lot going down there. And the 419 ability against a Teia is an interesting interaction. If a Teia gets to install something on the runner's turn for whatever reason, like a Tattoo Bola, we'll see that comes into play. 419 is each turn, so potentially not quite double the tax, but more than usual.
Right.
Although Teia does get away with a lot of installs quickly, so that's a kind of...
Yeah, you can kind of group up your installs so that you pay the tax once and you get, 3 or 4 cards out of your hand pretty quickly.
Right. So Jairus is obviously in a bit of a pickle, or just kind of going slowly to take his time to make sure he doesn't make a mistake here. The pressures of being on stream and all. This is a casual event. This is recorded on my cell phone and a gooseneck attached to a chair. So
the high quality rig, yeah.
If you see the camera wobble at any point, that's because someone was walking by. So I think,
So the decision not to run and trash there was interesting. I guess the value is lower, right? You're not forcing a res or anything. You're not charging the turtle. But I don't know. There's still, 9 credits on that thing?
Yeah, it's a fair amount.
And now an upgrade in the server?
Right. So Teia just triggered on the install. I believe this is click 1. And the upgrades that we would be worried about generally out of Jinteki would be Anoetics, Mavirus. Mavirus is a big threat against Erica, and it looks like just clicking.
Well, but in this list, the only upgrades are Daruma, Lacosta Grid, and Mavirus.
That's right.
So
yeah. So Mavirus is for sure something you're worried about.
Yeah, and Daruma is just there for the ability to install vulnerability audits on the opponent's turn.
Right. There are 2 copies of that card in this list, which is it's spicy.
Yes, that's a word for it.
So just
feels
more money.
Extremely wombo to me.
It is the card for sure reflects its title. You feel vulnerable playing it, or at least I do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Erica running this undefended server, seeing a Lacosta Grid. It's going to cost 4 to trash, although Erica, I think, is happy to pay out of the 12 credits she has.
Yeah. So now checking the other one.
Yeah, looking for that upgrade. Okay, accessing Daruma.
That's the Daruma. Yep.
Just sort of getting ready, I think, to score. So Jared's probably not having exactly the pieces that he wants. Erica basically says, "Yeah, I don't really want to read that. Let's just trash it because I don't really know what you're doing with it, but I don't like it."
That's actually a good point. Like anytime you see a card in a list and you're like there are cards that you see you know they're like a bad decision, but they're a cool decision. But then you see Daruma and you're like, I don't even, this has to be some weird rules thing. Get rid of it. There's no other reason this is there.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't see what your plan is.
Yep.
I'm not going to get surprised though if I just trash it.
Exactly.
So long as you know about Oppo research and that the fact that it exists.
Well, true.
In this deck,
it was already
not,
on, but
yeah, that's true.
it's interesting because I would have thought that the Lacosta grid was kind of free to have left up there. Yes, it costs you a click later, but it does charge the turtle if you had left it up.
True.
Like that to me kind of would have felt like the more straightforward play. Keep those resources. You don't know what you're going to see under the next one, which you're already intending to run the other server. So,
yeah,
I guess it does. If you are planning to run the other server, it keeps you free from a virus risks. So,
right. You do need to worry about once there's ice in front of that, though, it turns into a score anything in the deck, basically. I think, are there even any? There's nothing in the deck.
The highest
that would
is
take
4.
5 to. Right.
Yep.
So, not an immediate threat. But I think that Erica was high rolling enough on credits that it makes sense to have just trashed it. Jarrus just moneying up like crazy on that turn, emptying the regolith, hedge fund.
Yeah, and now looking for something to do with all that money, I think.
Yeah, I got to feel like Jarrus is probably holding a fair few agendas at this point and just looking for some ice to get down on the table.
Right? Just does not seem... Oh, okay. 3x Amakua on archives.
Yeah, just getting ready.
Yep. Getting
Erica's
ready to run those centrals.
Got money dripping in, got card draw, has a very capable breaker, just needs a couple of counters before extra ice comes down or a Mavirus hits the archives. It's funny, that turtle can get you through the entire game, especially when it's so early that you get it down. There's another Teia trigger. So, the deck's going to feature NGO fronts, Rashidas. With all the ice there, it could have, anything could be in those servers.
Right.
The only 3/2 in the deck is Longevity Serum, though. So, as far as worries of scoring, unless Jarrus is holding a seamless launch, these don't need to be contested immediately. But on 21 credits, the ice, you could be running into anything.
Right, exactly. I mean, it could be a Nazi, and with only 3 counters. Okay, go on to that outside remote.
You sound like you agree with the decision.
Look.
There it is.
Yep.
It's an Anansi. Everything's an Anansi to me out of
to be fair, right? She has plenty of cards in hand. So it's not the worst thing to run into here.
Nope. So all the subs are firing here. Just getting to look at the top 5 cards of R&D and arrange them in any order. You can draw a card off the top of that, and the runner can pay 2 credits to draw a card. And then we're going to see 4 net damage. 1 from the sub, and then 3 from the on-pass effect.
Yep.
So it does not look like Jarrus took the draw. Or yes, Jarrus is taking the draw.
And it's a seamless.
And Erica also did. Yeah, running with 8 cards in hand here.
Yeah. Pretty good time to hit an Anansi if you're going to.
Sniping the legwork, and now 3 extra net damage.
Yep.
See a Katorga, a diversion of funds, and an Earthrise hotel. And then accessing an NGO front with no advancement counters on it.
Well, at least there's that. But do you let it sit and get the token on the turtle? I mean, running back in through that is going to be difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's deciding for the turtle countered.
Although I guess with one more turtle counter, it's 3 credits to break through that. And then it's pretty simple to get through Anansi, so.
Right.
But with the one ice out, you're really going to start seeing the value of Teia, where it can install 2nd, 3rd, 4th ice for free.
Yeah.
If you're doing it that with the sort of back and forth. I have a Bran here.
Yeah. And Bran is a really clutch include in this list. Does a lot of work out of Teia because that 2nd sub can install a piece of ice from HQ directly inwards and then trigger a Teia.
Right.
Which is so good.
And it can install from archives too. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a ton of flexibility there.
Looks like it fired, but no install.
Nothing to install. Okay. In that case, a 6 money and the run is rough.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
See,
I'm sure that Jairus was really hoping that he had ice there.
Right. See, this is interesting because you've already gone through the Anansi, which does allow you to reorder the top of the deck. So why bother going into?
I think just making Jairus go to no credits here.
Well, sure, but I mean, why res the Vampire Nasa then?
Why is Jairus resing, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
good question.
You know, you already know that Erica's going to see nothing on top of the deck. I guess it does block. No, it doesn't even block because you can get through the Vamp just by face tanking it. So you get through, you get the access, you get that 5th token on the turtle. Yeah, I don't know about that res.
Yeah, I mean, Jairus does get 2 credits back.
Yep. 2 draws.
And Erica realizing that she could have broken Vampire Nasa there and had forgotten that it was 4 strength. But deciding not to take it back and just access the card, getting the 5th token on the virus counter on Namakua. There's a thimble rig, which Jairus would have loved.
Yeah.
Just a few minutes ago. Getting the Bron to fire out of a Teia is just so sweet. Because you can reinforce the server and drop,
Although in this specific case, because of 419's ability, it actually would have put Jairus in a bit of a pickle there because he had to make the decision, am I going to res that Vampire Nasa before the next actions? So
yeah, but to your point, the top of R&D should have been safe.
True.
Yeah. So here we go. Seamless.
That's an off-world.
Yeah, bouncing right back up to 7 credits.
Mm-hmm.
And daily cast dripping in. One of them all emptied out. Class act. Looked like we're taking another class act and bottoming. I missed it. Might have been another Amakua.
Yeah, hard to see. Erica makes those decisions so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Knows exactly what she's looking for. So
You see Bravado.
Yep.
In hand. It looks like it's being considered. This card is so strong, just like
Bravado HQ. Okay.
slam into, well, again, 2 credits.
Yep. Well, no, 7.
Sorry, 7 credits.
Yep.
Yep. But trying to keep Jairus down, I think, now that there's a 5 credit Amakua, or 5 strength Amakua out.
Right. Not really anything you're super scared of.
Right.
And then the Tattoo Bola, which Jairus has to be happy with. He has the thimble rig in hand and can install it with revealing without even really having to worry about the fact that it's revealed.
Right.
And it charges the turtle, but the turtle's over the point where it matters anyway.
Right.
But
and deciding to pay the 419 tax to.
Interesting.
I'm not even sure if you you're already at 5 strength on the Amakua, so
yeah. I'd kind of just give away reveals at that point, especially if it's for, like, Thimble Rig isn't stopping anybody,
Right. I guess it, yeah. If you're looking to keep a secret.
Right. And I mean, once the turtle is that charged up, then the secret doesn't, the difference between Thimble Rig and Anansi is 2 credits. It's not that big of a difference.
Right. It's the turtle's running through everything, unless you're looking to purge and then have it be scary, have that unknown be scary. But
yeah, it's an option. Here has the opportunity to res the thimble rig and doesn't take it, so that's interesting, because the thimble rig, I feel like, is one you want to get
moving around.
Yeah, you want to get it resed and going as soon as you can, right? Just to give you the option at the beginning of each turn to swap it.
That is a longevity serum alt art, those 2 koi fish, by the way.
Yep. And Erica clearly thinking there's probably something useful in HQ still. So having the thimble rig up might have been really helpful.
Right. If you get no res once, and get a steal, why not run again? There's been enough card draw on Jairus' side that there might be something else there.
For sure.
Both players on 2 points. Jairus is going to have to find some way of dealing with Amakua here, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think you seriously consider purging at this point, right? I mean, 8 credits, you're on 2 points. He did just draw a timely public release.
Yeah, we see an Enigma there.
So
there are 2 copies of Mavirus in the deck, and I'm sure he would be very happy to get that on the table.
For sure.
We normally feature table talk in these videos. Unfortunately, during the day, there was plenty of music coming in through the radio. So this video would be immediately copyright stricken if I uploaded it with that in there. So you'll have to go on faith that any transcribing that I do, I can hear them right now.
Yeah.
That was an advance NGO front pop. I think it was draw, advance, and then pop the NGO.
Pop it. Okay. So just reloading, but reloading for what?
Yeah, just money right now in general. I don't know what the particular threat is. You have to be worried about Doofier with all that money.
For sure.
I mean, this much money, not super concerned, but with just a thimble rig on HQ,
right,
diversion of funds is going to be a concern. Running R&D.
Right. You don't have assets or upgrades out there that you can bend down with.
We see some ice off the top of R&D. Can't tell what, but Vampire Nasa is actually the most taxing piece of ice on the board at this point.
Right.
See if we see the thimble rig res. Don't know if how many agendas are in hand here. Okay, we're going to see the res.
Yeah, there's at least the one, the timely public release.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Mavirus in hand.
All right.
So Jairus had that in hand last turn.
Oh, really? And Erica just happened to dodge it?
This last turn where I think it was draw and then NGO.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder about having installed that and then when Erica runs into, that Vampire Nasa. Okay, so Thimble Rig there swapped for the Vampire Nasa.
Yep.
Finding a Tatubola.
So it does become slightly more taxing to run on HQ now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like Ice Archives, Mavirus, and like jam an agenda while you're at it.
Yeah, icing archives makes sense here because you don't want to give Erica the easy way to recharge that turtle.
Yeah. Okay, we're seeing something. Paying the 419 tax. Do we see an Teia trigger? Yes.
Looks like it.
Cheers with a friendly pat.
Not taking advantage of the ability to install ice further up without cost.
Well, I mean, this could be Mavirus and agenda.
True, but
like, although the ordering was funny, that was right. The install was behind the Brawn, which is the hard and the run. So if that was an agenda, then the Mavirus could be behind the Anansi.
Right, but so you could have done install something behind the Brawn, install a second ice in front of the Anansi, and then put something tempting or something down behind the Anansi as your next click.
Fair enough. Yeah,
that would have been tempting. Yeah. And if that's your Mavirus, then you know what I'm saying. Like just like play it out as though you are playing something that you really want to defend.
Yeah,
and especially right there. Yeah,
right. Yeah, Jairus, sequencing error there as far as wanting to save money.
The install, yeah.
Although here you would, we see an advance on the card behind it. Yeah, no, it should have been that, right? It should have been install a Teia trigger for the ice.
Right.
Install an advance. It just saves a credit.
Yep. Yeah, just strictly better, I think.
All right, Erica's challenging it.
Inside job.
Cheers on 9 credits, so anything's viable here. Yeah, I'm not sure what's cheap here to res. Enigmas are 3. Oh, okay.
All right, double Anansi.
It's another Anansi, and here I think the players miss that the inside job, after you bypass the first Anansi, it does the 3 net damage.
Oh yeah, that's big.
And that was just missed. So then Erica, even though Erica can break the subs on the first Anansi, inside job says you bypass it.
Right, so you don't even have the opportunity.
Right. So that's 3 net damage, and it would not have flatlined Erica, but it would have changed the game a bit.
Oh, for sure. I mean, especially
I think at that point there was either 3 or 4 cards in hand.
Right, but one again, of them gets played right after for money. It's very...
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's a casual event, and these things happen, It's the problem if we dwell too much on them, no one's going to want to sit down and record their games.
That is true. That is true.
I'm sure I've missed, and I know I've missed much more egregious things on camera.
I was going to say, yeah, just
not paying for things when I install them.
Look at those the Klingon subtitles on any of our streams.
Yeah, right. All right, so Braun is firing here, revealing for the 409,
Yep.
Erica's not even bothering with the virus counters at this point because.
Right. I mean, well past mattering. And then the Teia trigger.
Okay, so this was interesting. Erica broke one end the run, clicked through the other, but let the install fire, got one installed, and then it was a virus behind it.
Wow.
This was sick. That was like a pretty sweet play from Jairus.
Yeah. Not enough money to have rezzed that Tattoo Bola, but I don't know that he has the ice in hand to swap it in either. So I do see a Daruma in hand. It's my favorite jank card.
You like it, huh? And that's another off-world drawing up here. We see a hedge fund. Jairus needs some money.
Needs some money, needs something to protect HQ. I mean...
Yep. HQ is, you mean R&D?
Well, no, I mean, he just drew into a couple more points, right?
Well, yeah, Erica's got no counters on Amakua,
yeah, that's
and there's
right.
a Vampirnosa.
Yep. No, you're right. I was neglecting the extremely consequential purge.
Right. Yeah, and Mavira's sitting on top of archives, so that can't be farmed. That was a Tattoo Bola again on top, I think.
Yep.
But Amakua is starting to charge back up. And I don't think this list is one where... oh my, I'm failing to remember... Leech. I don't think Leech is in Erica's list. So charging back up quickly is difficult.
Yeah, that is correct. Leech is not in there, so... Turtle's got to carry all the weight.
There's Hermes.
Kind of a late Hermes.
Always impactful, though, as far as I've seen, unless it's the final agenda.
Sure, definitely.
Especially with a deck.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, especially in a deck like Jairus, where there's a lot of installs. They want to do fast advance. You know, Jairus wants to have something on the table and spend the whole turn advancing it. Well, now suddenly, holes are going to start popping up.
Right. And it's funny because that's exactly what I was going to say, is that with all these installs flying around, it is very hard to have everything rezzed.
Right.
So.
Yep. On 2 credits. I think Jairus is happy to have some strong ice in front of most things, but did we just see an install on R&D?
Yes, R&D, an install of Tattoo Bola, which took Jairus's last credit, so he had to reveal the Tattoo Bola there. So,
but now the Tattoo Bola is going to allow bouncing back, assuming that there's another piece of ice in hand.
I mean, you have to think you wouldn't have installed it otherwise, right?
I would have to think, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Erica just bounced off it?
Yes, to deny.
Oh, wow.
That was crafty. No Tattoo Bola credits for you.
Yeah.
Just going to let it end the run.
Leave you completely broke.
Right. That was tricksy.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. Especially with a thimble rig behind it too, so it also denies a thimble rig swap.
Right. Yeah, you get confident, and the Tattoo Bola is going to make this money, and then you forget that they can just go, no.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm just going to let that fire.
I think we saw a click for credit. Click for 3 credits and discard.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, just click them back up.
Yep. And we still don't know what's in that outermost remote, correct?
No, it's been there since the double install
right.
A while ago. Let's see. Erica's got to find some way of getting Amakua counters back up, or find the 1x Carmen, Kurapira, or Shibboleth in the list with, I believe, no mutual favor.
I mean, she can very likely get... I mean, we know she can get through the... Okay.
So here's the Shibboleth. Paying 1 credit, that flipping the credit, but then clicking for 3 more.
But I was going to say, we know she could get into R&D if she wants to. Does give a little bit of money away. But
yeah, the players here doing some
shortcutting.
shorthand, right? Yeah. So the Shibboleth can get you in through the Vampire Nasa. What does that take to break it, though? It's a 4 strength with 4 subs.
And the Shibboleth is the weaker.
Right. So it's 4 to pump. It's 8 to break Vampire Nasa, I believe. Because it's 2 for 2 strength, 2 for 2 more gets you up to 5. So there's 4, and then you got to break. That's right, break 4 subs ideally. So it's between 6 and 8, depending on if you let subs fire.
Yeah, you might let the gain 2 fire. You might. There's a bunch of different considerations
but still,
there.
Pretty rough to get through there.
Yeah. Not an ice you want to have to boost your way through.
Right, and otherwise Erica needs to just hope that she draws a Kurapira, and then she can get through the R&D server for counters.
Well, she can already get through R&D right now because it's
true.
Tattoo Bowl and Thimblerig. Yeah. The Amakua is just more than charged enough to do that. So,
right.
But once, right? Because the Thimblerig could be swapped with an Anansi. Or the Vampire Nasa or something, I mean that movement thread is always there. So,
well, it's hopefully not with the Vampire Nasa because for Jairus anyway, because then Erica can just run straight through the Thimblerig.
That's true.
To HQ, swapping off of Thimblerig.
Mm-hmm. Did he gain the money?
He is gaining the money now. Yes, I did try to know any rules infractions or mistriggers here. There weren't too many. There was just a couple throughout the game. And
then the Vampy on top, which importantly charges that turtle to 4. So now HQ is much more open, although Erica is a little depleted on funds.
Right. So getting down to the wire here on time, a little over 3 minutes left in round. Erica's up on 4 points. Jairus has to find a way to score here.
Right.
And ideally for him, it's a vulnerability audit, which would put him over to 5 points.
Yeah. Erica, just 3 clicks for money?
Yeah, potentially. Right. I always feel bad on videos when I'm paying attention to something or looking over at a deck list and I miss something critical.
So there's the double install. Again, not used for the ice savings.
Yeah, but at this point, Jairus is...
And 1 advance on each?
That's right.
Okay. I kind of like that. 5, 6, 7, 8. He has 9 credits. Oh. Oh, man.
And notably, Teia doesn't have the limitation that Ace Group does, where the second card has to be a non-agenda. So
right.
Both of these could be agendas.
Yeah.
Actually, if they're advanced, if they are advanced in this list, we know they are agendas.
No. There are 3 NGO fronts in the list.
Oh, that's right. NGOs.
Yeah. So there is still actually the risk there that it's just bait. That's going to drag you through 2 Anansis or something.
Right. And let's see. It looks like Erica's Amakua is a 3 strength right now.
I believe it's 4. So can get through the Vampies.
Yeah, 4.
Can't go through the Brawn, obviously. Oh,
see a pinhole threading here. Yeah. Well timed. Yep. Going to look.
So that's got to be the upgrade, right?
Oh,
and that's a virus. Oh.
That is rough.
I mean, how do you, where are you getting in now? Are you getting in anywhere?
Yeah, with the timer running out, too, it's 1 minute and 20 seconds left in round. You have to assume that Jairus is going to score at least one of those and at least even the score up, if not just outright win.
Right. And with the lists not being open, I mean, that could be a 5-3 sitting on a La Costa, in which case it would have been scoreable the next turn, really would have turned things around. Yeah.
Here's the way in, though. Boomerang onto the Vampirnasa and diversion of funds to try and get some of the money down.
Yep.
And bounce back a bit. So Erica broke the you gain 2 and do 2 net damage there. So Jairus gets to draw 2 cards. And let's see, draw 2 cards and gain 2 credits. Or no, I'm sorry, gaining 2. The runner
lose 2. Yep.
And here we see triple advance.
It's got to be
score a second off-world office.
Off-world
tying the
office.
Score up.
Oh, geez.
And the players miss a Hermes trigger here right now.
Which is big because that advanced card in the other server, I mean, it's the obvious target, right?
Yeah. Timing round called here.
They are tied up.
They're tied up, and it was the worst time for Erica to have time called on her because...
Yeah.
Well, actually, maybe it's fine because next turn, Jairus could have scored another agenda very easily. So actually, it's potentially lucky that it got called now from that perspective.
So we're just assuming that whatever's in the bronze server is an agenda then?
I mean, I think you have to assume it.
I mean, I would if I were Erica, but I don't know that it actually is, you know?
Right. This is a great inside job around the Brawn.
Yep. Into a Tattoo Bola, which is gonna stop the run.
I know, just enough to like 1 strength. It's pretty rough.
Wow.
I think there's some really cool play in this game.
That was such a clutch. So, it's just going to be a straight up tie?
Well, Jairus, I believe, gets 1 turn after Erica finishes here.
Gotcha. Okay. So if that's an agenda.
But Erica knows that she's done.
Yep. Yeah, locked out of any servers, not enough cards to run through the Vamp and try to Hail Mary your way into HQ.
So here we have to...
Actually, could you just face tank the Vamp? You could, right?
Erica's just checking archives here to see if there's an agenda in there at this point.
Yeah, interesting. You know the card on the table isn't a Spin Doctor.
And unfortunately, it's a Daruma.
Yep. Does get 1 counter.
Yeah. And just making a run on R&D just to see.
Yeah, it'll get you through the Thimble Rig. Or no, you don't even need the counter for that. And then Enigma.
Enigma's again 1 strength too much.
Oh no. Oh, that's close. And then it also leaves Jairus with exactly 3 credits.
Yep.
So if that is an agenda, it seems like it isn't.
I think if it was, he would have windmill slammed it down, and
yeah,
that would have been game. So what we get to see here, it is an NGO
front. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, he just drew into the vulnerability audit.
Wow.
Looks like he couldn't find the agendas in time. So that game is a draw.
Wow.
Which doesn't happen all that often, especially I think it's mostly it seems to happen more often, and obviously this makes sense, in decks that you have all 2-pointers, which is
right.
there are the vulnerabilities in this deck, but a lot of 2-pointers will cause that to happen sometimes.
Yeah. I do want to say, just really quick, I normally poo-poo Eric's talk about tech and things and all of that, but this video looked fantastic, I gotta say. This was entirely Eric, so just wanted to get that one on the record. But yeah, until next time, run with your eyes closed, because what you can't see can't hurt you.
All right. Catch you next time, everybody. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I'm so excited to get this thing out into the world. I'm maybe like 30 hours sunk into producing this video at this point. So it's been a lot of work, and I hope folks like it. On that topic, I have a huge debt of thanks that I owe to Andre from the Metropole Grid, who selflessly donated a bunch of his time to teach me how to produce this thing, because it's not my day job and I'm learning relatively from scratch. So he did that because he's psyched about Netrunner, and he's a very nice guy. So thank you very much, Andre. Also, Trace5, I owe some visual styling inspiration to them as well. So thanks to them. Thanks to our Patreon supporters. The patrons are going by on the screen, and if you want to become one of them and have your name on the screen as well, then go to patreon.com/neonstatic. We also accept deck lists for our live stream videos from those patrons, so if you want to do that, then join the ranks. If you can't or don't want to, then you can subscribe and subscribe to the channel and like the video. That is super, super helpful for the algorithm and all that stuff, so we would appreciate that as well. Stay tuned to the channel. We have 5 more games in this GNK and 6 more recorded from a local CO on the way as soon as we can get through producing those. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.